we've also got that John Blake, Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
Yeah,
who's a very good up and coming actor. Maybe John Blake is like gonna help Batman, or is gonna aid Batman in some way, or even take up Batman's mantle.
that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk that there's a lot of mystery surrounding this character and Marion Cotillard's character as well. Like, will Joseph Gordon-Levitt, continue the Batman legacy? And I don't know what to, I think there's a lot going with the kind of Transformers mantra here. I think there's a lot more to him than meets the eye. Oh, that came out bad.
I don't think he'll literally physically put on the Batsuit. I think he'll take up the reins of Batman, but in his own way, his own sort of. I think he'll still remain a police officer, but he'll just use Batman's influence or Batman's ideas.
Yeah.
I think Nolan. I would think Nolan said that would be a bit too silly for him to put on the Batsuit
Plus,
and
that
become
question:
another Batman. So
would he carry on for other Batman films? Should they make any more?
yeah,
And then we have Marion Cotillard's character as well, who when I saw this casting, I did think, like, there's no way that she's been cast to play this fictional character that just works at Wayne Enterprises. I think there's going to be something more to her character. I mean, there's been talks that perhaps she is Ra's al Ghul's daughter, whether she's going to play Talia al Ghul. Again, it would tie the trilogy up well. I mean, I've heard rumours that Liam Neeson has come back for Ra's al Ghul, but that's probably in flashbacks more than anything.
yeah, she's very mysterious in this, and I mean, from the trailers, it seems that Bruce Wayne and her develop a relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe that's her character. She falls in love with Bruce Wayne, not knowing he's Batman, but wants to get revenge on Batman because of her father's death, if she is that character. And maybe she finds out it's Bruce Wayne is Batman and sort of has that moral dilemma.
If she does have a relationship with Bruce, it'll be interesting to see how that factors in with see how Batman's coping with the loss of Rachel and with Selina Kyle as well. So
yeah, and I mean, you have 2.25 hours, it's much more time to add more character development in. And I mean, but the one character who remains mysterious, who isn't a mysterious character, but in the trailers he's a very mysterious man, and that is Commissioner Gordon.
yes,
We don't see an awful lot of him, and I'm trying to think, why does he have an important role that maybe Nolan doesn't want us to know about in the trailers, or what?
from what we've seen
can't
in
understand.
the trailers, it seems that he's still trying to, he keeps remembering that this peacetime of Gotham has been based on a lie, the lie at the end of the Dark Knight, and
Yeah,
it seems that in this peacetime, there's no need for him now as commissioner. This is the impression I get from the second trailer, that he's going to be forced out. But obviously, in the first ever trailer we see of Commissioner Gordon, he's in this hospital bed and he's in pretty bad shape. So
yeah.
I don't know whether Bane fights him. I can't see his character dying because obviously they played along those lines in The Dark Knight. I don't think he'll die in this film, but I think it will probably be the turning point where Batman will fully realise the force that, Bane's not a force to be reckoned with, and have to find and dig deep and then go out and fight him.
Yeah, I maybe they're gonna have Bane break Gordon's back. Maybe that's what they're gonna do, and have Batman die at the end. That's entirely possible.
And I think that's the big question that's on everyone's mind with this film is, will Bane break the Bat at the end?
I think he'll break him mentally more than physically.
You don't think he'll have his back broken?
No, but there is a possibility of him dying. So I'm leaving it open. I don't want to say I don't think this will happen, because anything is possible. Within limits, of course.
Yeah,
but
it's interesting to see what will happen, because I mean, in the trailer we see Bruce Wayne with a cane, walking with a cane, like, and that's either because the 8 years that have passed since Dark Knight have taken the toll on his body, or because it seems to me that we'll have 2 fights with Bane in this film. We'll have one early on, and we'll have the final one. And I mean, from the trailers, there's going to be one that takes place in the Batcave, and then there's one that takes place in the middle of the street when it's snowing. So I think they'll probably save the one at the Batcave till last. I personally think that Batman will have his back broken at the end, because Nolan, as a director, is ballsy enough to play a move like that, especially being the end of his trilogy. Whether Bruce Wayne will die but the legacy of Batman will carry on is another question. I think that's most likely to happen, and again will play into the title of The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, and I think I'm really excited.
Me too.
To see this. I mean, I was excited about Prometheus, but then I don't want this to be another Prometheus where it's hyped and.
This is Nolan we're talking about.
I trust that Nolan will end his trilogy on a high or on a bang.
In Nolan we trust.
So I've got nothing really more to say.
Neither can I,
than that.
really. I think we've covered all the main areas that are on people's minds. I'm seeing this film this Friday. I'm really looking forward to it. Just under 3 hours of Batman should be an experience. I've got my Batman t-shirt ready. This is an event rather than a film. Highest praise from me leading up to it so far. I just hope the film's good.
Yeah, the trailers have hyped it up, especially, and I know I've heard people complain about this. The line, "This isn't a car."
I like that.
I love that. I loved that in the trailer. My mother warned me about getting into cars with strange men.
This isn't a car.
And then and that's another thing. He seems to have reined back on the voice that some people thought was overdone.
He seems to have gone a
in
lot
the Dark
more
Knight.
back to how he was in Batman Begins, which is a good thing in my opinion.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, I've said what I can say, and I've got nothing more to add.
I have too.
Have you?
No, just bring on this Friday so I can finally see this film after 4 years of waiting.
4 years. That's a long time. So once we've both seen this film, we'll sit down and we'll review it, and we'll have a review for you. And we are excited about The Dark Knight Rises. We hope you are, and we've said our thoughts and feelings on what we want and what we hope and what we think will happen. So we'll review The Dark Knight Rises when it comes out in our Prometheus style. And we'll get that done.
So thank you for sticking with the Bat Marathon, and we'll see you again for the review.
Thanks, guys.